Hello, I'm Sonia Wood and I'm going to share with you today the Gray book from the Learning Language Arts through Literature series, LLATL. Gray book is quite a jump up from green. If your students just finished green, or if you're trying to establish whereabouts your child fits into the program, just bear in mind, please, that from green to gray is quite a leap, as is from purple to tan. So these sort of yellow, orange, purple go easily along from one jump to the next. But then there's a sudden leap here, and then it starts to leap quite significantly with each subsequent book. And the most obvious leap I have discovered is from green to gray. Let me show you why that is so. The content of gray has grammar, composition, vocabulary, narrative writing, literature, persuasive writing, research again, and Latin word study. You see, this is now starting to prepare the student to write paper, persuasive papers, comparison papers, essays. It's actually preparing them for college. So it's higher education. It's the high school level of literature. So please be aware that this isn't just simple and easy. The student needs to be ready for Gray book. So you need to do the placement test to make sure they are in fact ready for this level. Again, it follows a similar model to the rest of LLATL, but bearing in mind that it's taken it up a few levels. So there is more complex. You can see straight away by all the answers here in the teacher guide of what's required from the student in the student book. That immediately gives an indication. If you watch the other LLATL clips, you'd see there's just a few little things in this column here of what the result of the work from the student needs to be. But when it comes to this level, there's a lot more required of the student. I think this clearly shows for itself what I'm illustrating here. All right. And then the student book, again, you'll be able to see the way that it has changed in its layout and format. It's not quite as spread out and as comfortable as the lower levels, because it's presuming that the child is of that higher level and got more maturity, and they are now delving deeper into the language arts. You will also notice that on the cover of this book, right in the center here, you will see the Holy Bible as part of this graphic, which shows that there is Bible-related lessons within this book, as is the case in all the other LLATL books. However, it's not just only that. We also have the readers, which across 5 April being the first one that the student would read, because it is linked to the lessons within the book. So this is the first one listed on the website. So this would be the first book that they would need to read. If you're needing to buy them in stages, you would perhaps get the first 2, and then later on you could get the next 2 later on in the year once these books have been read. Or you could just get all 4 together. It's up to you and your budget and the time frames. So you've got Across 5 Aprils, followed by Lantern in Her Hand, and then this biography of Eric Liddell, and then God's Smuggler, which is again a Christian-based novel. In fact, a biography about Brother Andrew. I'm really impressed with the literature that the authors, with Ruth Beechek's help, have selected for this language program. To use an example being this God Smuggler. Please note that the cover is like this today, but they keep changing the covers. You'll notice here that it says over 10 million sold. This was such an incredible book. We read it aloud, and of course, each of the students that were using the Gray LLATL read it for themselves as well. But it also inspired us to read more autobiographies or biographies of people of faith and their courage. And so that is what LLATL has done for us as a family. It has really taken us into areas of literature and the entire topic of language arts, actually, way, way beyond anything I ever experienced when I was in my childhood. So it has been a very rich and rewarding experience for us, and the fruit of it has been quite phenomenal as well. Even resistant language learners and those that struggle with languages have really excelled with learning language arts through literature. And we just have testimony after testimony of how people have found it to be just so, so excellent. So I hope you found the same, and that you are all going to enjoy it and get the rich value from it as what we did. Thank you for watching. Bye.